Hello everyone, welcome back to C++ with Omkar. In today's video, we are going to learn one of the most important and commonly used technique in programming, the two-pointer approach. So what exactly is the two-pointer approach? It is a simple and efficient technique where we will use variables or pointers to traverse through a data structure like an array or a string instead of using nested loops. This helps us to reduce the time complexity from big O of n squared to n in many cases. Let us understand with an example. We have an array like this. First, we need to take two pointers called start and end. The start should be at the zeroth index and the end should be at the n minus 1 index. And they have to move inward in opposite directions. For example, 1 and 11 are there. We need to get 11 at 0 index and 1 at first index. We will store this one in another temp variable and we will assign 11 to the temp variable and we will swap those numbers. Like that, we will get the interchange of the values. Here we will get 11 and here we will get as 1. Like that, and we will append this one to another variable and we will decrease the value of the end and we will come to n minus 2 index. Like that, the 9 will be swapped by 3 and similarly we will go for 5 and here it will come to 8 and again we will swap the both the numbers, the 7 at the middle, so we don't need to swap. The condition of the this two pointer approach is that the start always less than the end. By seeing this problem, the primary condition is that the start should be always less than the end while reversing the array. Suppose we have array like this. For this problem, we are using two pointer approach. For that, we require two pointers. I am taking as start and end. For this approach, the start should be at the 0 index and the end should be at the n minus 1 index. Firstly, the problem of our statement is reversing of an array. That means the one at 0 index should be swapped with 11 at n minus 1 index. So, firstly, we will start at 0th index and n minus 1 index. I will store the start in a one temporary variable and I will swap this 11 to the starting variable and the temp variable will be swapped to the end variable. By doing this swapping, we will get at first index as 11 and last index as 1. Then after, we will increment the start to another index and we will decrement the end to another index. We will do the same swapping for the both 3 and 9 and we will repeat for 8, we will repeat for 5 and the start will reach here and end will reach here. Now all elements are swapped except this 7. 7 is already at the correct position and it is a single element at a middle, so we don't need to swap the 7. Now by seeing this, we hit our first condition that start always less than end in reversing of an array or in any other like string, whatever it may be. While reversing any string or array, the condition of two pointer should be start must be less than end. This is the first condition we got by representing the two pointer approach in a data structure. By seeing the representation of an two pointer approach, we got a first base condition is that the start always less than end and start is incrementing, the end is decrementing. So we need to use loopings here. But in this case, we will use while loop itself because where the start and end both are getting at same index, we don't know. If the condition is we don't know, we need to use while loop always. So while start less than end. By seeing the representation of an two-pointer approach of a data structure, we got the first condition that start always less than end. And we are incrementing here start step by step, and we are decrementing end by step. So we need to use here looping also. But what loop we have to use? If I use for loop, I don't know the condition where the two pointers will meet. So for that, I will use while loop start less than end is our first condition. Now, firstly, we have to create a variable called temp. In that, I will store array of start because we need to swap now. After that, array of start should be assigned by array of end because we are exchanging the values. The 11 should be swapped to 1. So we are assigning the end value to start. Then after array of end, the start is stored at what? Variable temp. So we need to assign temp here. And after checking this 1 and 11, we need to append the start and decrement the end. So start plus plus and end minus minus. This is a logic for the two pointer approach for reversing of an array. Now we will go for VS Code to write the actual program of a reversing of an array. First, starting with boilerplate code. So we will use function because we have already learned function. We'll keep function name as a reverse array. In this, we will get parameters, and this is a body. Before that, we will write main method int arr array will take elements as 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7 comma 9 comma 8 comma 9 comma 11. Okay, and then we have to take the size of an array that should be taken by size of operator. We got size, and first we will traverse all the elements less than n. Cout here of I. We will get 1 3 5 7 8 9 11. After reverse array, we will get the order is different. For that also we need to traverse. Sorry for the inconvenience. It is coming at the middle, and we will take next line also. No, we will take space, and here also we will take space. Now we need to write here the actual code or logic. So we need to take as a parameter array as well as size of an array. First, we need to assign the indexes to the pointers. Int start equal to 0 and the end index always n minus 1. Now we will take while start less than end, and we will create a temp variable to store array of start value because it is the first index, and for start we will assign the end value because we are doing reversing of an array, and for the end array we will assign start, and we need to update the start and end as we told in the representation of array. And we need to pass here our parameters array and end. Now let me run. See, we got first 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, and after the reversing of an array, we got 11, 9, 7, 8, 9, 11. Let me this down. Here I will take next line also for the betterment. Okay. Now let me run it. Sorry, we are getting the error because here we need to use end L. See, we got the traverse of an array. Now we got at last the same values 8, 9, 11 itself. The error is we did mistake here because we need to assign temp here because we have stored the start value in the temp. So we will get correct answer by now. See, we are getting 11, 9, 8, 7 and 3, 2, 5, 1. This is a reversing of an array. As you can see, the code is super simple. We are using just two pointers, start and end, to swap the elements until they meet the middle. The time complexity is big O of n, space complexity big O of 1, because we are using reversing the array in place without using any extra space. So the two pointer approach is not only for sorted arrays, it is also perfect for the problem like reversing arrays or strings, checking palindromes, or rearranging elements. That is all for today's video. If this helped you, make sure hit like button, subscribe to C++ with Omkar, and comment your next topic below. Thank you for watching. See you in next video.